Hello, thank you for checking out Mr. Ware's videos. Today we're going to look at part two to writing an augmented matrix. These are a couple examples out of the Delta Math um, test bank. So let's take a look at a few of these problems. Okay, so number one, write an augmented matrix for the following system of equations. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start to set it up. And I can tell that this is a typical ax plus by equals c standard form, just x and y as our variables here. And what I want to do is kind of line them up. But the first one's already lined up. I'm going to go ahead and put that one in. So I have -1 plus 3, 0. And again, the plus doesn't have to be put. I just put it there. So we have the -1 coming from this 1 on the x, the plus 3 from here, and the 0 from here. And again, that's already lined up, so you don't have to do anything there. The second one is not. Notice how it's got the 2x over here. It's got the y term over here on the other side of the equal sign. It's got the constant right here. I want to change that. The first thing I want to do is move this 9y over to the other side. But to do that, you have to subtract 9y on both sides. So I'm going to move this 9y over. But to do that, I'm going to subtract 9y on both sides. See that? So now the 9y, which was positive, is now negative. And you can't add it with anything because it's not like terms. Now, once you have that, you still want to line it up in ax plus by equals c. So the first term is going to be 2x. Notice that's the x term here. So then minus 9y, or that negative 9y, and then equal to the constant 2. Alright, now once I have that, all I gotta do is just write these numbers in. The 2, the -9, and the constant 2. That's it. That's all I have to do on that. Let's take a look at another example. Oh, just want to highlight that. Got the 2, the -9, and the 2. Alright, number 2. So this one's got a lot going on here. We've got the x on the wrong side. We've got all of the y term and the x term on the wrong side over here. So I want to change it. Alright, so first I'm just going to swap this over here. Right? And when I do that, that x becomes negative and that y becomes positive. I'm sorry, the x becomes negative and the constant becomes positive. So we swap them over on both sides there. So now I've got -1x and +1 there. Alright, now on this one, we just want to move over the y term and the x term. So when you move them over, you're just going to change the signs, really. So the -9y is going to be right here. It's going to be +9y. And then the 3x is going to become -3x. So anytime you move a term over to the other side, just change the sign. That's essentially it. You're just going to, as soon as you move it over, change the signs. If you don't move it over, just let it be and let it stay the same sign. So now I've got the 3x, -3x plus 9y equal 2. Now I'm going to set up our matrices like so, and I'm going to plug each one in. I'm going to plug in -1, 0, and 1 for the first row, and -3, 9, and 2 for the second row. And again, you don't have to put the plus, but it doesn't hurt. Alright, now let's take a look at another one. Now this one has a standard form of ax plus by plus cz equal d. So now we got a third variable that we got to line up. So the matrices is going to be bigger, but still the same principle. If you're moving it to the other side, change the sign. So let's take a look here. I started with this one. I'm going to move the 9 to the right, but move the Y term to the left. They're both positive, so when I move them, they become negative. Okay, and I just put that 0x out there so you can see it. So I got the 0x, the 7y, which was positive, is now negative. Okay, the z, which stayed on the same side, so I left it positive. 1z is equal to negative 9. All right, now I'm going to do the second one. This one is already in a good form. The only thing it's missing is a 0 for the z term. So I put, and it's in a different order. So I put the negative 3x first. I put the negative 9y behind it. And then I plugged in a 0z and then left it equal to 6. I didn't have to move anything across the equal sign on that one. Alright, now on this one, it's almost there. I'm just got to move that 1 to the other side here. And that's going to add with this 0 and be plus 1. So I got 3x, 7y. I added the z term, put the 0 in there to make it easier to see. And then I got a positive 1 here. Now I'm going to set up my matrix like so. And plug in each one. 0, negative 7, 1, negative 9. Negative 3, negative 9, 0, and 6. 3, 7, 0, and 1. And then that's it. Alright, let's take a look at another problem. And here, I am going to move the negative 9y over to the left, move the negative z over, and again, you're just going to change the sign. But once you do that, it won't be any number left over here. So I'm just going to leave 0. So I have the 3x, which is already over here, left it positive. The 9y, which is negative, now is positive. And the negative z is now a positive z, and I went ahead and put 1 there. And since there's nothing left over here, my constant is 0. Okay, on this next equation, everything's already lined up. I already got a 1x, 3y, 4z is equal to 0. And now on this last one here, this was lined up. I've got, it's just not in the right order. So I moved the 8x without moving across the equal sign, so I don't change the sign. Just kept it positive 8x. The 2y is positive. I put a placeholder here. This is 0z, right? And it's equal to negative 2. Alright, now I'm going to set up my matrices. On the first row, I'm going to have 3, 9, 1, and 0. Next row, 1, 3, 4, and 0. And on the last row, 8, 2, 0, and negative 2. And that's it. That is writing an augmented matrix, part 2. I want to thank you for checking out Mr. Ware's videos. Oh, hold up. Let's see if I got anything else here. Okay, so I added a few examples for you to practice. So feel free to just pause the video here and see if you can get these right. But again, thank you for checking out Mr. Ware's videos. Have a nice day.